This man is drunk. Wait, am I drunk? I'm nobody. Yes, you do have a problem. God's got this. No, I got this. You're stupid. You're dumb. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. I'm a leader. I am Marcus J. Scott. I'm Marcus J. Scott, author of The Drunken Preacher, here to encourage critical thinking, social awareness, advocate growth, resilience, provide hope, and help you find faith.
Welcome to another edition of the Drunken Preacher Podcast. I'm Marcus J. Scott, and man, I tell you, I done missed a few weeks. But we getting back on track. We getting back into it as we roll into going into the second half of the year. Man, I tell you, things have just been crazy. And I today I'm just going raw. Yeah, today I'm just going raw. We woke up early, traveling all last week, got back in yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. And man, I woke up and started fresh, did my morning motivation. And getting ready to get out and, do my exercise thing. But I got to tell you, I haven't been on for a couple weeks, and I'm going to just be real. I'm going to just be raw, because The Drunken Preacher, the book, The Drunken Preacher, was about internal struggles. And I talk about the many different type of struggles I had. Well, I want to ask you something. Have you ever gotten to a specific level or area or a goal in life where you said, once I hit this level, I should be good? Yeah, once I get the money, once I get the job, once I get married, once I get the relationship, once this goes away, once I no longer have to deal with the ailment, once I get to a certain space, I should be good. When in fact, you get to that space and you're not good. I'm gonna let that sit right there. You say, once I get the job, once I start making 40,000, once I start making 50,000, once I get married, everything should be good. I ain't gonna have no more problems. I'm not gonna have. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna have the issues that I've had the past year, the past 2 years, the past 5 years, the past 10 years. Once I get a certain amount of money in my bank account, I won't have these problems no more. And you get to that level, you get the relationship, you get the job, you get the circle of friends, you get around the people that you thought were going to help you succeed. You get the whatever that thing, you get the car. And then things don't work out. Things are not what you thought they were. You ever gotten to that point? And so I had gotten to a specific level, where I was like, okay, things should pick up, should be a little better over in this area. And a whole new set of challenges come about. A whole new set of things come about. A whole new set of struggles come about. And you start having internal struggles, but not necessarily the same ones you had previously. Yeah. And so here it is. I'm in a new situation. I've stopped the drinking. I'm no longer struggling with some of the things of my past. And here comes another set of issues. And so I began to ask God, even this past week and this morning, God, you're going to have to help me with this. This is new. This is something I really didn't expect. And here's the thing. I didn't really think it was going to be like a coast. I didn't think it was going to be easy. I didn't say, hey, once I get to this level, once I get to this particular situation, once I have this much money in the bank, once I get to where this over here where I need to be, it's smooth sailing. I never thought that. But I didn't think or couldn't comprehend what could come about that could cause me to have some of the thoughts that I've had. Thoughts like, I want to quit. Thoughts like, no, maybe this isn't for me. Thoughts like, maybe God didn't call me for this. Thoughts like, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. Thoughts like, I don't feel like dealing with this. But then you have to ask yourself, are you just taking the easy way out? Are you just saying it because it's difficult right now? Are you just saying it because it's challenging right now? Yeah, and this is me, I'm talking to myself. Are you saying it, and this is me talking to Marcus, are you saying those things because you're having some tough time? Are you saying those things because you're having some challenging time? Are you saying those things because the enemy is fighting you? A good friend of mine once told me when I was like, man, the enemy attacking me. He was like, well, if he wasn't attacking you, he wouldn't be doing his job. The enemy is doing what he's supposed to do. And that has always stuck with me because I had to think to myself, man, he's right. The enemy's job is to try to slow me down. The enemy's job is to try to get me to a point where I want to quit, because my quitting could affect somebody else's motion moving forward. My letting go could cause somebody else to let go. Why? Because while I'm hanging on, somebody else might be hanging on to me. Somebody else might be holding on. What do I mean by that? If I stop my morning motivations right now, somebody may not be inspired in the morning. Somebody may decide to make a bad decision because they didn't get encouraged by my morning message. If I decide to quit and no longer do my morning message, that might derail somebody else. If I decide to quit speaking, that might derail somebody else. If I decide to quit preaching, that may derail somebody else's salvation. That may derail somebody else's moving forward. That may derail somebody else's getting past what they need to get past, all because I decided to quit, all because I decided to give up. And so think to yourself, are you saying you're not going to do something, you're not going to finish something, you're going to quit something, or you're going to go a different direction just because it's challenging, just because it's difficult, just because you were thrown a curveball, just because the enemy is doing his job, which is to discourage you, which is to try to make you quit on your own? Because God has strengthened you and elevated you enough and so much that he's put this hedge around you. And the only thing that the enemy can do is, one, first ask permission, but then two, he can only go so far. And most of what he's doing is getting in your mind, in your spirit, and making you think, if you just quit, if you just give up now, are you sure God called you to do this? Are you sure you're supposed to be doing this? And so now you're having that internal struggle. You're having that internal struggle. I mean, lately I've been having thoughts that I never thought that I would think anymore. I never thought I would have the attitude of quitting. I never thought that ever again I would have the attitude of wanting to give up. I never thought that I would have the attitude that, you know what, I don't want to progress in nothing. I'm going to just sit back, retire, give up everything, and go crawl in a hole. I've had those thoughts. And being in that space is not good. And for me, the only thing I knew to do was cry out to God and say, God, you got to help me through this. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. If you're old enough to remember, I can't remember the group that had, I think it was Das Effects. I'm not sure. But one of the older groups in the 80s, 90s had a song called My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me. My mind is playing tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me. And as I go through and think all these negative thoughts and the thoughts that aren't supposed to be there, I had to say to myself, maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. Maybe the enemy is playing tricks on my mind, and I'm internally struggling with all of these thoughts, many of them negative. Why? All because something is challenging. All because there's a speed bump. All because there's a roadblock. All because I got a detour. And to be honest, face it, some of us just don't like to detour. You ever be on your way to work and you take a certain route to work? You take that same road, that same interstate, and then there's a major accident and you get backed up, or there's construction and you got to go all the way around, and you're so used to getting to work in a 20-minute time period. You time it just right every morning to leave your house at a certain time. And this one day you get a detour and it takes 45 minutes. It takes an hour to get to the same place you've been going to for weeks, for days, for months, for years. This once or twice, it takes you much longer to get there. How frustrating is that? And here it is. Maybe there's a detour in your life. Maybe there's a delay in your life. Maybe there's construction in your life. Maybe there was an accident, something you can't see, but God sees it, because he's our GPS system that sees everything, things that we can't see. And here we are getting frustrated because we got to take another route. Yeah, we got to take another route, and we're frustrated because we can't see the accident 2 miles down the road, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles down the road. We can't see the construction work that's going on. What does construction mean? Maybe they're making the roads better. They just happen to be working on it, and it might take some time. And so it's frustrating that we got to take another route that may take a little longer until the road gets fixed, and it'll be much smoother on our vehicle, a little bit less wear and tear. Maybe God is allowing some construction to go on in your life, around your life, and you're not sure or understanding why the construction is needed, why the detour is needed, why the delay is needed. And God wanted me to encourage somebody this morning, or whenever you're listening to this, and say you got to trust him. You got to trust the delay. You got to trust the detour. And the one thing we can't do is get distracted by the internal struggle. We can't get distracted by the enemy doing his job and making us frustrated, allowing us to have negative thoughts and mental thoughts that can discourage us. We must stay focused on where God is trying to take us and the direction that he's trying to take us, even if that means a detour, even if that means a delay, even if that means construction. God is changing some things in our lives. He's taking us to a new level, and new levels means new tests. Yeah, new levels mean new tests. And so while we might have thought, once I get the car, once I get the certain amount of money, once I get the job, once I get the marriage, once I get the relationship, once I get to a certain status, it's going to be all good. I'm here to tell you there's going to be some new tests. There's going to be some more challenging tests. The same tests you took in second grade are not going to be the same tests you take in fifth grade or sixth grade or seventh grade. Once you graduate high school and go to college, there's a whole different style of test. And so every level that we go up, every situation where we're growing, every direction that we're moving, that we're being elevated, are going to come new tests, new situations, new trials. And we got to learn to pass them. We got to learn to hold on. We got to learn to trust God. We got to learn to find the right people to encourage us. You know, one of the things that have helped me over the last couple months, there have been people reaching out to me, whether it be direct message, whether it be text, whether it be a phone call, and saying, hey, you know, your messages, they really help me. You know, your morning motivations, man, keep doing what you're doing. Those phone calls, those texts, those direct messages, the comments in the comment section have helped me to keep moving. Why? Because it helps me to understand that if I hold on, somebody else is holding on to me and that they can make it, that my message can help somebody else. That me getting up every morning, encouraging somebody else, helps somebody else. That if I stop, somebody else might not make it to their destination. That if I stop, if I give up, if I quit, that can affect somebody else. And so I want to encourage you today, don't quit, don't give up, don't stop what you're doing just because it's challenging. God is taking you to another level, which means new tests, which means the tests are harder. But also, if you quit, somebody else might not receive their blessing because you decided to quit. And so keep moving forward. God blesses us so that we can bless others. God allows us to go through tests so that we can help others go through theirs. God gives us gifts so that we can bless others with our gifts. All right. So let's move forward. I know it's tough. I know you may be having the struggle. The one thing that I would say that can help you, that has helped me, find you a small group of people, preferably a good, strong Christian faith, small group that you can talk to, that you can share with, that they can pour into you and you can pour into them, that you can pray together and share with one another. I have several groups that I'm a part of that also help me to move forward, that also help me when I'm in those times of need, that also help encourage me, that also pray for me, that also allow me to share when I'm going through something. So find you a small group. And if nothing else, you can always follow me on my YouTube, Marcus J. Scott 4040, or my Instagram or Facebook, where I encourage individuals every morning, where I encourage you every morning, where I encourage the world every morning with a message of growth, with a message of moving forward, with a message of your setbacks do not determine your next moves. You can go from having setbacks to success. You can go from having failures to moving forward. Let's just stay focused, continue to pray, trust God, and let's be better versions of ourselves. All right. Hey, that's my time for today. I really enjoyed this. I got some guests coming up. I got to try to get them on. There's 3 people that are already set aside to come on with me. I just have to get my scheduling right. But I love this. This was completely raw. I didn't write any notes or anything. This was me just talking to you and sharing my mind, sharing my thoughts, the internal struggles that I've had recently while reaching a new level, while reaching a certain level that God has raised me to. But with new levels come new tests. All right. That's my time for today. Hey, don't forget to share, subscribe, and like Marcus J. Scott 4040. Marcus J. Scott 4040. And until next time, always have a heart of gratitude and the strength to keep moving forward. God bless you.
It's your time. Yeah. The drunken preacher. The drunken preacher. It's your time. It's your time. The drunken preacher. The drunken preacher. The drunken preacher. The drunken preacher. The drunken preacher.